I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up the worldview. Tig Notaro hits the road and returns to Star Trek. Yesterday, January 14th, Tig Notaro was officially back at work. The trailblazing comic and actor took to the stage last night in Fort Lauderdale, the first stop on a 40-city stand-up tour. The news comes on the heels of a major honor. Come See Me in the Good Light, the moving documentary that Notaro produced about her late friend, poet Andrea Gibson, earned a GLAAD Media Award nomination last week. Notaro is also starring in Paramount Plus's new series, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, which is being praised for its inclusive, queer-friendly vision of the future. The series centers on a young Starfleet cadets and openly includes their relationships and identities. The cast features several other queer actors, including Notaro, who returns as Commander Jett Reno, queer comedian Gina Yashere as Cadet Master Lura Thok, and Kerrice Brooks as Sam, a sentient hologram, and the first of her kind in the Academy. Star Trek Discovery fan favorite Mary Wiseman also appears this season. Yashere said that the show's message is simple, quote, "In the future, it doesn't matter who you are," end quote. When Out magazine asked about Jett Reno's future, Notaro added, quote, "Jett Reno deserves love again, in any form, with any age-appropriate being," end quote. The first 2 episodes of Star Trek Starfleet Academy premiered today on Paramount Plus. Well, I love that they're putting an LGBT character or an actress into something where they're a hero. And this, I understand she is a professor of sorts in the Academy. I listened to a recent interview on NPR. So I definitely want to go out and see it. I think the one thing that the quick quote she makes about everyone deserves love in any shape or form with an age-appropriate being. I like to think, when I was a little kid watching Star Trek, the original one, I was really little, that some of the things we have, like our cell phones and things today, I like to think that that'll be the future of relationships, that it won't matter who you are as long as you're not hurting anyone. And that's hopefully promise for the future.
I'm just so glad that old Star Trek producer is dead. There was this big No, not Gene Roddenberry. It was the producer that did Deep Space Nine and after his death. He's notoriously known for keeping queer characters out of Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. He's dead now. So now we got all this great queer stuff.
Wasn't Wilson Cruz in it also?
Yes, that's...
Yeah, I'm talking about pre-2015.
That's Star Trek Discovery. I think Wilson Cruz was in. But not to throw cold water over everything. Paramount Plus is now owned by Larry Ellison, who is
bad news.
Who is hell-bent on turning, Paramount and CBS into Fox News Lights. So I would not count on the fact that there might be another season of Star Trek. But
the good news is that, isn't it wonderful that Tig started in Fort Lauderdale, her comedy tour? Because she's amazing. There's a rumor that she might do some fun, weird horror thing with Netflix or something that just sounds absolutely hilarious. I just love everything she does.
Well, and she's got that great podcast that she does with Fortune Feimster. And I had the privilege of interviewing Tig in 2011, and I greatly admire her. She's got a very distinctive comedic style, and I really admire that.
I mean, I would argue that Star Trek has always been queer-centric. If you think about it, they've always had some sort of intergalactic relationships. I mean, go back to the original Star Trek back in the day. It always gave this kind of hope that you could date whoever you wanted, because they weren't dating just humans, they were intergalactic dating, alien, So, I would say, even though we had somebody who might be taking overtly queer characters out, I would say that Star Trek has always kind of
I agree that one because so many actors would go up and is my character queer? No. He'd always block it. The Cardassian and Bashir, the Twinkie guy in Deep Space Nine. They were supposed to be lovers, and he would always poop. But no, you're very spot on that there's always been a queer and remember the first interracial kiss in American television was the original Star Trek. People forget that.
Shatner and Nichelle Nichols.
Nichelle Nichols.
The only decent thing Shatner's ever done.
And also another trivia tidbit, because I'm the queen of trivia. One of the very first gay fan fiction that ever got published was Spock / Kirk.
Well, to make people really get mad online, I have my most controversial Star Trek take. I enjoyed the first season of Picard because he was designed to be very different from anything Star Trek, and I liked it. I came in watching it, I loved it. The internet's now going to like crucify me. I don't care.
I don't speak Trekkie, so I have no idea what he said.
I speak Trek, and I agree with you.
Well, there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories now and beyond by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.